1300 Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd chapter, text 13. Yad Dharma Sinor Vata Rachuyase Nirkrishya Drit Svastya Yayanam Triloka Kritsnenya Chariya Gatim Viratur Arvak Shvato Kushalam Iti Amanyata Yadharma Sinner Bhakta Rajashe Nirdakshatik Spastaya Triloka. Why do you read this one? This is over 14. Yasya Nirga Pluta Asa Rasa Lila Baloka Vatilapta Manaha Raja Striyo Jibir Anupravata Adiyo Vatsastu Kila Krija Sesha Yasyanurgaputaha Sharasa Lila Valoka Pratilaptamanaha Rajastriyo Jipiranukrivataha Diyo Vasastu Kila Kritya Shesha Yasyanurga Plutaha Sharasa Lila Valoka Pratilaptamanaha Vajastriyo Jipiranukrivataha Diyo Vadastu Kila Krita Sheshaha Yasyanurga Plutaha Sharasa Lila Loka Pratilaptamanaha Rajastriyo Jipiranukrivataha Diyo Vastu Kila Krita Sheshaha Raga Putahasarasa Lila Valoka Pratilaptamanaha Rajastriyo Jipiranukrivataha Diyo Vastu Kila Krita Sheshaha
Yasyanuraga Plutaha Sarasa
Yasaduraga Putaha Sharasa Lila Loka Pratilaptamanaha
Rajastriyo
Rajastriyanuprivitaha
Diyo Vastu Kila Kritya Sheshaha
Diyo Vasastu Kila Krita Sheshaha Yasanuraga Putaha Sharasa Lila Valoka Pratilaptamanaha Rajastriya Dvipya Nuprataha Jiyo Vasastu Kila Krita Seshaha
Yasya Nuraga Plutaha Sarvasa
Yasa Niraga Putaha Sarasa
Lila Loka Pratilabdhamana
Lila Loka Pratilabdhamanaha
Rajastriya Dikya Nupravrita
Rajastriya Dvipya Nuprataha
Diyo Vatastu Kila Krita Shesha
Diyo Vasastu Kila Krita Seshaha
Yasya Niraga Plutaha Sarasa
Yasa Niraga Putaha Sarasa
Lila Baloka Pratilabdhamanaha
Lila Baloka Pratilabdhamanaha
Rajastriya Dvipya Nupravritta
Rajastriya Dvipya Nupravrittaha
Diyo Vatastu Kila Krita Sheshaha
Diyo Vasastu Kila Krita Seshaha. Let's everyone in 10 go through the word by word terms. Yasha, hooves. Anuraga, attachment. Pluta, enhanced by. Asa, laughter. Rasa, humors. Lila, pastimes. Aloka, glancing. Pratilabha, obtain thereof. Manaha, anguish. Rajastriya, damsels of Raja. Durbi, with the eyes. Anugravartaha, following. Diya, by intelligence. Avasastuhu, sat silently. Kila, indeed. Krita Sesha, without finishing household duties. Translation of purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The damsels of Raja, after pastimes of laughter, humor, and exchanges of glances, were anguished when Krishna left them. They used to follow him with their eyes, and thus they sat down with stunned intelligence and could not finish their household duties. In his boyhood at Vrindavan, Lord Krishna was notorious as a teasing friend and transcendental love to all the girls his age. His love for them was so intense that there was no comparison to that ecstasy. And the damsels of Raja were so much attached to him that their affection excelled that of the great demigods like Brahma and Shiva. Lord Krishna finally admitted his defeat before the transcendental affection of the gopis and declared that he was unable to repay them for their unalloyed affection. Although the gopis were seemingly anguished by the Lord's teasing behavior, when Krishna would leave them, they could not tolerate the separation and used to follow him with their eyes and minds. They were so stunned by the situation, they could not finish their household duties. No one could excel him even in dealing of love exchange between boys and girls. It is said in the revealed scriptures that Lord Krishna personally never goes beyond the boundary of Vrindavan. He remains there eternally because of the transcendental love of the inhabitants. Thus, even though he is not visible at present, he is not away from Vrindavan for a moment. So yeah, that's a real nice purport, a real nice verse. So yeah, Krishna's beauty excels all of the beauty anywhere within all of the material worlds, within all the universes. And so even the demigods, they were like in the previous verse, they were saying that it was Krishna is the perfection of beauty, the creator of Lord Brahma. But Krishna is even the creator of Lord Brahma himself. So, yeah, of course, the demigods are very opulent, very beautiful. So, they were talking about how Krishna, he was Giri Govardhan. Let's see, we sing it every morning. The one before Giri Govardhan. Well, anyways, Giri Govardhan, he's the holder of the Govardhan Hill. And so he was holding the hill, so he was fixed, he couldn't move, right? And he was holding the hill for 14 days. So the ladies of Vrindavan, young girls and gopis, they took that chance to admire Krishna's beauty. Krishna, he couldn't move, but there's so many different qualities about him that they're appreciating. So they were mentioning how Krishna's beauty is in everything, not only just his physical appearance. Actually, I said that to see Krishna is to see a festival. So they're saying that even Krishna's mannerisms, Krishna's speech, everything it was excelled in beauty like that. No other comparison like that. So that's their position. So yeah, it's also given us a description that when Krishna and the cowherd boys, they go out to the forest with the cows and calves in the morning. The gopis, they follow Krishna with their eyes. And he says, still look until there's not even a dust cloud anymore. You know, it's like they're still looking, they're still watching, and there's just a dust cloud left, and then they're going to see dust cloud. And then they're all eager to see Krishna coming back to the forest in the evening, and you can hear the bugles, you know, the merrymaking, you know, the sounds and music, and the cows and calves, so they can hear him coming, and they see the dust cloud coming back again. So they're simply there to greet Krishna, to see Krishna is the perfection of their eyes, the perfection of seeing. And so yeah, there's a Kura. He basically, I guess it's in Christian book, they're referring to Akura as cruel Akura. As Akura came to pick up Krishna with a chariot to take Krishna and Balaram to Mathura. So the gopis are thinking, oh, well, the ladies of Mathura, they're more sophisticated than we are. We're just village girls. We're not very educated, but they're sophisticated in the city, right? So Krishna's more attracted to them than he is to us. Right, so they're thinking like that. So basically it was Uddhava, so Uddhava, he's the one who's speaking now, right? And that's one thing that was kind of mentioned, that in this chapter, it's remembrance of Krishna. So Uddhava, he's remembering Krishna, but Uddhava was sent to Vrindavan with a message from Krishna. And Uddhava's features are similar to Krishna's. So at first they thought that Krishna was approaching. And then, and so they had saw how beautiful he is and how much he resembles Krishna. So Uddhava began to narrate this letter. And during that period of time, Radharani, she went into ecstasy as she was talking to a bumblebee. And then she was talking harshly about Krishna. So the bumblebee went away, and when the bumblebee came back, she said, okay, well, I won't speak harshly about Krishna again, so you won't have to go away. You have to leave, like that. So that's their mood. They're just always thinking of Krishna, so that's from Vrindavan. Prabhupada was saying that that's where Krishna is always present, and as far as the devotees are present, we're always thinking of him. So it's like Krishna in separation is more powerful than this. Has more ecstasy than actually associating Krishna personally. Like that, Lord Chaitanya, he's in that mood of separation. I don't know, did Maharaj, did you have any input on these verses? Oh, okay. Yeah, so yeah, I was thinking about this too, that Akura, he went out to the Ganges, I believe it was the Ganges in Jamuna. He wanted to go to chant Gayatri, and he saw Krishna and Balaram there. And he said, well, Krishna and Balaram, they're on the chariot, must be a trick my eyes or something, must be a reflection. And he saw Seshu Naga and Vishnu, foreign Vishnu holding wheel of the chariot, or disc, Susan chakra, conch shell, lotus flower club, right? So when he finished his Gayatri, he went back to the chariot and he was kind of puzzled. And he saw Krishna Balaram there, right there on the chariot, just as they were before. So, for momentarily, I guess, what was it, Krishna, like when Krishna, he showed Mother Yasoda the universe within his mouth. So sometimes it actually said he showed Mother Yasoda the universal form. Mother Yasoda saw it twice. One time she was breastfeeding Krishna and she saw it. And then another time, the coward boys and Balaram, they're instigating trouble against Krishna, so they told Mother Yasoda that Krishna ate dirt. Actually, I have some of these little samples of this mud, this clay, from this location. It's really, really very, very sweet tasting dirt and clay. It's the sweetest tasting dirt clay you probably ever get anywhere in the whole universe. And this is the location where they're trying to say Krishna ate the dirt. The dirt's actually really sweet, it's really tasty. Yeah, but you're not really supposed to eat it. And so Mother Yasoda was saying, okay, well, if you haven't eaten the dirt, then let me see, open your mouth. And so she saw the entire universe like that. And then she saw her holding Krishna on her lap. And so it's just thinking, what is this, like some sort of trick of my eyes or something? You know, because she's in parental affection, right? You know, they don't really know that Krishna is great or how great Krishna is. They think he's being protected by Narayan, or they think maybe some kind of demigod or some sort of special child. But you're not thinking of Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead and the Yogi Maya. So that was what we were reading. I mentioned that last week too, and then previous purports there. Prabhupada was explaining that the Maha Maya and the Yoga Maya. So the devotees, they're under the spell of Yoga Maya, and they're chasing Krishna with a stick and tying him up to a wooden grinding mortar. And then that's just like Krishna's arrangement too. Krishna, he's fearful, and he's running from Mother Yasoda, and he's crying, right? And but he pulls the wooden grinding mortar between the two Arjuna trees and delivers the two sons of Kuvera. What was his name? Manigriva and Kalakula? Malakuvar, yeah. So they were cursed to stand as trees because they had disrespected Narada Muni, a great sage. So, Maharaj was kind of talking about that. John Lennon had arranged for Srila Prabhupada to go to camp. It happened to be a nudist colony. And so, camping up in the mountains, get some fresh air, right? So, that's the danger of exposing yourself like that, in a group setting, especially before a great saintly person like Srila Prabhupada. So, like I saw one person, he did become a devotee from there. But what the story was that the two sons of Kuvera is the treasurer of the heavenly planets. So he's in control of all of the wealth of the heavenly planets, right? And so they're his sons. So they also have access to an immense wealth. So they're puffed up by that. And they were enjoying with the women, and they were naked, and they were intoxicated, and they were enjoying in I guess it's also where the Ganges flows in the heavenly planets. So they're just simply enjoying like this. And so when Narada Muni happened to pass by, they were so intoxicated that they didn't really care. They didn't cover themselves in respect of the saintly person in the proper way. So Narada Muni, he thought that maybe he needed to teach them a lesson that they shouldn't offend a Vaishnava. Actually, Prabhupada was talking about Vaishnava aparad, Guru aparad, is the worst offenses that anyone could ever make. Like that, because Krishna, he doesn't excuse such offenses like that. So one should be very careful not to commit the mad elephant offense. You know, blaspheming the devotees that dedicate their lives to the propagation of the holy name of the Lord. So the karmic reaction for being naked is they can stand as trees. So that's what Narada Muni cursed Nala Kavara. So it was for their own good, actually, to teach them a lesson. They stand as trees, but they stood in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj, and they had seen Krishna's pastimes and activities. So they were fortunate in that aspect, that they were able to witness Krishna's transcendental activities and his beauty. And so Krishna wanted to liberate the sons of Kuvera, so he positioned the wooden grinding mortar right between the two trees, and Krishna pulled, the two trees came down. So everybody was wondering what the tumultuous noise was. How did these trees fall down? And the coward boys, they happened to see it, said they saw two celestial beings coming from the trees, and they were talking to Krishna. So again, they see it by the will of providence and by the grace of Lord Narayan, Krishna is again saved again, you know, like that. So whatever Krishna does is all good. It was like, what do we have a saying? Killing two birds with one stone. Kind of like multitasking. Whatever Krishna does is all good. You know, so he has another motive, or you know, what is it? Operandi, like that. So he's pleasing the devotees in one way, and he's being punished, and he's crying, you know, like that. And at the same time, delivering his the demigods and reinstating them again in their position in the heavenly planets. So let's see. So yeah, they were really talking about the beauty of Krishna in the verses that I was listening to. Jagwar Agitai Ki Jai. So there's a description where Krishna would again enter Mathura. You know, on the chariot, all the women, they would come to the rooftops and the balconies. They would come to simply see Krishna, and they're embracing Krishna with their eyes within their hearts, and they couldn't check the tears. So Prabhupada was saying that sometimes when women are very, very happy, they see someone that they haven't seen for a long time, and they miss. Sometimes they cry. As they said, that's natural. And I don't know, any other discussion there?
I have two questions, if that's okay.
Okay.
You talked about Yogamaya and Mahamaya, and how the devotee is covered by Yogamaya and non-devotee Mahamaya. And I've been actually wondering about Lady Subhadra lately, because I've heard that she was Durga, she's Krishna's sister, and I was wondering, is Durga Mahamaya and then Lady Subhadra Yogamaya?
Yeah, I'm not sure on that exactly what the situation is. Because there's the three Shaktis, right, represented, by first Radharani, and then Radharani expands. There's Ladini Shakti, Haladini Shakti, and Sambe, right? So Radharani manifests the spiritual world, and Mahamaya manifests the material world, like that. And so there's Ladini, Haladini, and Samvit. So I believe Samvit is actually Durga. So the goddesses of Lakshmi and Fortune, they're the sources, right, of the original source of emanations of expansions, of Durga or Maya, Mahamaya. So I'm not sure. I'd have to look up what exactly Lady Subra's position is. She's the sister of Krishna. And just how did that all come about? How did that all come about? How did Subhadra become Krishna's sister? So, whose father? Is it Vasudev's? Is the father of Subhadra, or Devaki's mother? They changed, Mother Jasoda gave birth to a girl, so they switched Krishna with the girl and brought the girl back to the prison of Kamsa, and Kamsa picked her up and was going to throw her on the ground, and she slipped out of his hands and went in the air and said, "You fool, the 8th child born of Devaki who will kill you has already been born and is already somewhere." And, so... Yeah, I know Arjun married Subhadra, right? Arjun, he approached Subhadra. He was in the garb of a sannyasi, and they said, who's that sannyasi? Maybe he needs alms, or they sent him some food or something, some prasadam or something, and then he had revealed himself who he actually is, and what his desire was. So he was... They won the hand of Draupadi. Draupadi knew that only Arjun could do this, and the only other person who did it is Karna. But Karna was raised by a Sudra, so he was known as a Sudra, so she said he couldn't participate. And so when they brought Draupadi home, Queen Kunti says, "Oh, okay, whatever it is you have brought back, share it equally with your brothers." And then she realized that she made a mistake. But Draupadi, this is an exemplary character, so she has 5 husbands. She accepted all 5 of the Pandavas as her husbands. So Arjun, he also took another wife, a second wife, as well, Lady Subhadra, the sister of Krishna. And they had to do it in such a way where Balaram would not intervene like that, because Balaram, he wasn't so keen on the idea or something about that. So during the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Balaram, he wasn't there because he was on pilgrimage. He was going to different holy places of pilgrimage. Although he's the Supreme Personality of God, he's identical with Krishna as being the first expansion. That their identities are exactly the same. He had killed Ramaharshana. Now, Ramaharshana is also Sutta Goswami's father, right? So, Ramaharshana, first he didn't get down and properly offer his obeisances and welcome Lord Balaram into the assembly of the great sages and saints. Ramaharshana had he was very, very learned in the scriptures, so his misinterpretation of the philosophy, he didn't take the time to offer respect to Balaram's Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Balaram, he just simply took a blade of grass and hit Maharshana with it and killed him. Killed him with a blade of grass. There used to be this saying, it's like, what, 100 lashes with a wet noodle. Right? So, it was what Krishna and Balaram could actually really do this. He could take his plow. He was so angry, he grabbed his plow and he was bringing the Ganges to the palaces of the crews, and the crews, they became greatly disturbed that now their plows was going to fall into the Ganges and everything would be wrecked and ruined. So this is how powerful Balaram is. And super excellent strength. No one could compare to the Supreme Personality of Krishna as his strength, super excellent strength. Or no one can compare to Krishna with his beauty, or his wealth, his strength, his knowledge, and his renunciation.
What was going to fall into the Ganges?
Oh, the palaces of the Kurus.
Oh, the palaces.
Yeah. You get another question coming?
Well, I've heard it said many times, and it's the fact that Lady Subhadra is Yogamaya.
Oh, she's Yogamaya.
She is Yogamaya, and that's why she rides the cart with Krishna, his brother Balaram, and his sister Subhadra, which is Yogamaya, and of course Balaram.
Right, so that makes sense, yeah, that she's Yogamaya, yeah.
My other question was about the demigods. I've heard that they're easily perceivable or easier to access than Krishna here in the material world because they're closer to the material world. And I was wondering, I heard Prabhupada say they were presenting a question to him. Brahmananda helped to explain, I remember. And he was saying there's a devoted Shaivite who's him and his wife have been worshipping Shiva for generations, and he chants Om Namo Shivaya Namaha, and he also chants Mahamantra. And basically we told him that Shiva is Krishna's devotee, and he says, in the Gita that if you worship my devotee, I'm even more fond of you. So he's in that mood of worshipping Lord Shiva as Krishna's devotee to please Krishna. And Prabhupada said that this is okay, he will eventually get to Krishna by doing this. So I was wondering about demigod worship in terms of preaching, if there's somebody with a history of worshipping like a particular demigod in the family, can we say to them that it's okay to continue that, but just know that they're serving?
Well, I was listening to Prabhupada's lecture yesterday. I think it was Bhagavad Gita lectures I was listening to. Either that or a room conversation. But he was saying that, there's the verses that, a yogi who hasn't reached perfection can attain the birth as a rich mercantile family or a family of Brahmanas and Vaishnavas. Prabhupada was saying that they can become a demigod and go to the heavenly planets as they desire. But our ultimate goal is actually to get out of the material world and to again be reinstated in our original relationship with Krishna and Goloka Vrindavan, like that. So, keeping the proper perspective, as the yogis desire, and either go to, the great sannyasis or great brahmacharis, they go as they desire either into Brahman or become Brahma or take birth in Brahma Loka or any of the heavenly planets. But that's just still simply more of a waste of time. Prabhupada was saying even then, demigod worship has a very, very high standard. And our standards aren't, as high as what's required in actual real demigod worship anyways. So it's like, what are you doing with your imitation worshiping of the demigods when you can't even properly really do it? Anyways, what kind of effect will that actually get? So, but we should endeavor to become perfect Krishna conscious in this lifetime. Giving up the material desires of being a demigod for long duration of life, it's what no inebrities. It's just a very, very high standard of pleasure. Maharaj was mentioning this, is that those that are demigods, they it's like someone saved up to go on vacation, go on a nice cruise, go to the Bahamas or something, right? So this is what they've done. They've saved up, they have stockpiled enormous material pious credits to be able to go on their vacation in the heavenly planets for a long duration of time, right? And to enjoy heavenly pleasures. It's temporary, and then again come back down. So it's difficult for them to try to practice austerities or to become God consciousness or Krishna conscious. Although the demigods, they are naturally God conscious or Krishna conscious. They worship Vishnu and Narayan, and at the same time, are enjoying material prosperity. So it's, how Urvashi, she's the mother of the Pandavas. She was cursed to take birth as a Sudra. She's the wife of Indra, right? And but she's very, very beautiful. Once just seeing her, one can actually pass their sense. So there's the great rishis of the heavenly planets. It was Brihaspati, and there's two of them. There's Brihaspati and another great Brahmana Vaishnava. They had a great debate coming up, and so they were storing up their brahmacharya, right? They're retaining their semen, and they happened to see her and they lost their semen, so they got very angry because they had a big important debate coming up. They cursed her to take birth as a Sudra. So I guess she took birth as the daughter of a fisherman. And then Bhishma, he had approached the fisherman that Maharaj Sanantu, his father, wished to have her as his wife. So Bhishma, he said that he'll remain brahmacharya because saying that he was the oldest, so he would be the king. So he said, no, okay, I won't marry them, I'll remain brahmacharya, and your daughter's son, he will become the king. So, for his father's benefit, and so it's all related. Does that answer your question?
Well, I was thinking that the heavenly planets are a word to people who want enjoyment for themselves in an opulent way. And we're, as sadhakas, we're always trying to seek Vaishnava's blessings. So I'm struggling to understand why wouldn't we also seek out those Vaishnava's blessings who have attained demigod status, who can give boons to serve their master more opulently.
Yeah, right, yeah, because the spiritual masters are some sort of all demigods. You've heard that?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So, there's no ordinary person. So, it's all related, but approach the Vaishnava. But you know that at least you'll be pious and you know, he was also stating something about, you know, not only, you know, is a very, very odd planet in the heavenly planets, but Krishna is so magnanimous that he's giving the demons specific reign in the sphere of the portions of the universe, where they're reserving darker and darker regions and hellish planets as demons. Like that's fulfilling their desires too. The demons and the demigods. Like that. Yeah, so just keep your desires pure. But was it the gopis, they were worshipping a form of Mahamaya to have Krishna as their husband? You heard of that? And, right, yeah. This is the custom of the women in Hindu society to worship Shiva Linga. You know, so they're worshiping demigods, but they're worshiping demigods to have Krishna. Yeah, so we're following the devotional service but Vaidhi Bhakti regulations and rules and regulations. Yeah, so we want to adhere to that. Yeah, any other questions, comments? All right, Srimad Bhagavatam class, Ki Jai.